Yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Joystick. That was weird. I feel sorry about that. It's gonna get way better from here.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah. Woo!
Sorry to scare you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Sorry to be creepy individuals.
Just put like a vignette filter on it.
This is a very surreal.
Yeah.
So I can't even fucking talk. It's a very surreal 102.
You have to make it like black and white too, like saturation.
You
Like,
got it. See? Fucking the creative process in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah, in the
I'm
beginning.
Getting editing tips. I love this. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, from now on, the entire podcast is going to be like, you should do this. Like after all
we're
of
gonna
our
preface,
segments.
Yeah, you should do that.
Instead of just like, seamlessly transitioning from topic to topic, it's going to be like end of topic. Okay, Bob, so when you finish that, what I want you to do is add in 2 pictures of Al Gore.
We're the most spontaneous podcast out there.
Yeah.
No lie.
Welcome to the Joystick Show. Here popping a new one out. I'm Bobby.
Yeah.
That's
Dylan.
Joey.
and this is Jerry.
Yeah, there he is.
Jerry.
And Joyce Hall.
Patting, I was actually trying to like aim for about where his head would be because I was gonna go here and I was like, nope, that's
Our friend is short.
probably the tallest out of all of us. So, we're here, we're chilling, we're gonna have a good time. We got oddly enough a lot to talk about. So don't be concerned.
Quite
in
a
that
bit to
front.
dive into.
A lot of social stuff.
And if you wanna like Team Joystick,
They're not going
They're
to
not
if you
going
sound
to
like
if I
that.
do that,
You
yeah,
keep
for
doing
sure.
that. No.
Let me do like
They clicked off.
Yeah, let me do like the opposite of that voice, like a very distinguished kind of like. If you'd like to support the Team Joystick boys, all you'd have to do is like this video.
Is that our
and
new member?
Subscribe to Team Joystick. Yes, this is Reginald Dwight.
Reginald Alfred Dwight, bro.
Reginald Alfred Dwight.
Nice.
You know what my initials are? Rad, brother.
Horrible. Do that horrible joke. You should also subscribe as well.
Yeah,
just support
Fit
the
that in
boys.
there.
It's really
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah.
fucking tons more of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Bobby's weekly accent report,
Just to show you how fucking spent I've been this week. Holy shit.
What have you been doing this week?
What have I been doing this week? Honestly, I've been really enveloping myself in one of my all-time favorite hobbies that I've kind of put to the side for a really long time, and that's playing pool.
Okay.
Oddly enough, the funny thing about me and pool is like I'm good at pool in the sense that like if you put me around average players, I'm gonna beat most of them. But I'm definitely not like a pro player.
But you're a player.
But
you play.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
I
you've
know-
always been the guy.
I know
You
my
are
way around
a
a pool
novice.
table. Yeah, that's fair to say.
Yeah.
So fucking it's kind of funny whenever I end up in situations where I play pool with people that have never played with me because they're always like, "Oh shit, like you're pretty good."
Yeah, they just-
This guy's like, "Oh, you know a thing or two," and then they're like, "Where'd you learn?" And I'm like, "Church," because like that's the truth. Like I grew up playing pool in the youth
church.
center of the church that I grew up at. So it's funny because like I played pool a shit ton from when I was like practically when I could see over the table up until 16, 17, because that's kind of when I stopped going to Pompeii out in Brooklyn and hanging out there. And then I didn't start playing pool again until my first year in college, my only year in college, that 15-minute span that I was in Brooklyn College for. But that whole year that I was there, I would pretty much like, because what sucked about it is I would have like 2 classes a day. The first class would be like 10 in the morning. The second class would be like 5 in the afternoon.
Oh, horrible
And
schedule.
the commute's like 2 hours, so it's not like I could go back,
So you
I'm
just did
stuck
nothing all
there.
day.
Exactly. So I
Horrible
would go to the
scheduling.
student center and I would play pool for fucking hours, right?
Yeah.
Met a lot of cool people doing that. And then after I finished that 1 year in college, put it to the side, didn't really didn't really care about it too much.
Yeah.
But when I went to Florida a couple weeks ago, me and my cousin, we went to a pool hall out there. Just something about that just like lit the spark in me. And then when I came back, I had another friend hit me up completely out of the blue, and we used to play pool together all the time, and she's really good at it.
Oh, damn.
So after she said that, and she was like, we should get together sometime, I was like, absolutely, let's go play pool. And she was down. We played. It was like really refreshing to play against somebody who was like really, really good.
Actually good, yeah.
And then that was like, if the spark was set before that, the fire is ablaze. Like now I'm going to the pool hall like twice a
Did you
week.
forget? I was thinking in my head you forgot how to play.
A lot.
You're just blowing on the balls.
No,
so-
oh yeah. No, but
On the
definitely,
table.
I super rusty. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and
I
it's
bet.
funny because like I went to the table and I don't know why I have that mentality that like everybody's looking at me when there's like 2 people there type of thing.
Yeah.
But I hit my first like 5 shots and they're god awful, and I literally have to tell myself like, breathe. You're not playing anybody. This is just for you to get better. And
Yeah.
then you get in the zone and you start sinking things one after the other. But
His head is like a little sweat rag. Like,
oh, you know it,
I'm
bro.
imagining the light beaming directly on your
last
head.
game I pulled out the glove, you know.
Oh shit,
That's when you know it gets serious.
you say you learned
bro!
it
I'd
in
walk
church.
away, bro.
Yeah.
You learned it in church. I'm there thinking they had like posters in your church of like Jesus playing pool.
Oh yeah.
You playing
I
pool.
fucking wish that has to exist. I need that picture.
Look it up, please.
Yeah, right. Jesus playing pool.
Jesus Christ, praying pool.
Whatchamacallit. I mean, part of it was like my dad is really good too, but you know that's who used to teach me. But this is so funny. My dad used to teach me because the thing was is I grew up in a church called Pompey in Brooklyn, Roman Catholic church.
Amen.
And my dad used to do these shows that they would do like every summer, but since they were like, you know, musical productions, like they were like, you know, they did like Guys and Dolls, Pajama Game, like they did actual shows, West Side Story.
Correct.
So, you know, the rehearsals would start back in December. So this was like a half year thing because it would be going on from like, you know, early winter all the way to summer. So we would be in that church like 2-3 days a week, every week for half a year practically. And since I wasn't part of that, I would be there playing pool pretty much. But I remember that there's literally like dozens of memories that I have where my dad would be trying to teach me something in pool, but like literally every fucking second. Like, no, Bob, if you hold it at this angle, no, if you do that. And like in every one of those memories, I'm like, Dad, just let me play the fucking game.
Yeah.
And he's like, fine, you're not going to learn.
And then no one, you know.
Yeah, and then one time we went to go play when I was like 21, and he's like, you've learned a lot. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what motivation does. Well, that's the thing, though, is that kind of, they like, ironically, what he did worked because it turned into like, oh, yeah, I won't know.
I'll do
Fuck
it.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It kind of
Oh,
worked.
yeah, I'll
Maybe
figure
he-
this shit out.
He knew all along. He said, if I know my kid, if I say,
A long
you're not
con.
going to know.
My dad secretly doesn't know anything. He's
Yeah.
just like, he pretends to know shit because he knows I'll go out of my way to
Yeah.
figure it out without him. He's like, yeah, go look up Masse. Yeah, go. I know what that is.
And then he'll teach, and then you'll teach him. You'll be like, I learned.
Oh, wow. Good on you. I'm glad you learned it.
Yeah, Bob, let me teach you how to hit forward English on
Yeah.
this.
That's
Dad,
actually-
I'll figure it out.
That's actually why you love Wikipedia. Your dad just made you do it so
Yeah,
you can teach
all
him
these
facts.
fucking fun facts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll find them myself, Dad. I don't need you for this. No, but it's been cool. I've been having a good time. It's fun to
Definitely.
actually, you know, I have a fucking cue that it sits in a case like for years, so it's actually nice to.
It's
pull
cool
it out
having a
and-
skill. Like I just got my electric guitar fixed,
Yeah,
and I can
right.
relate that it's like it's cool to get, you know.
I was gonna say it's also nice to have a hobby that gets me out of the house. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's
you need to leave
really
the
help.
place.
Like even though the pool hall here is like a few blocks away, it's still nice to just like go out in the sun, go hang out. And speaking of
Oh,
that,
we love a good little walk.
can I switch this off to another thing?
Yeah.
The fuck was that heat wave? Holy shit, that was
That was
not
bad.
fun.
It was hot. The worst part is that like by me it's like 7 degrees cooler.
Yeah.
And then I leave my neighborhood and then I'm like, holy, okay, it's actually fucking boiling.
Oh, I could imagine because you
Yeah.
have that nice breeze there.
Yeah. So it actually does lower the temperature by like 5 degrees, but it was still like 90s, you know,
Uh-huh.
by me. So
what
that's,
day
like-
was that? Was it Monday?
There was a couple of days that were just boiling.
Tuesday was
But there was
pretty
one day
boiling.
that was bad. I think it was Tuesday. It was 2 days ago. Yeah, that was horrible.
I didn't go outside, bro.
Fucking
I rarely went outside there.
So I knew something was up because first of all, the morning of I woke up super early, and usually I don't wake up early like not on my own accord if it's either I'm hungry or I'm hot.
Yeah.
And I wasn't hungry, so I was like something.
I'm hungry hot. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
And then-
could have been both.
And then I remember like I was sitting at the desk, my AC's on, it's doing its thing. I'm playing multiverses with Jerry like the whole day. And like I'm even telling Jerry like, yo, Jerry's getting fucking hot. He's like, yeah, word, it's hot, bro. And then a couple more sentences, and then it got to a point where it's like, Jerry, I'm dying. Like
Yeah.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, and I think what happens is people don't realize is that during when it get a heat wave, Con Edison is like because they don't want to black out.
Yep.
So no one's ACs are working 100%, and you're like, damn, it's not. I'm trying to be
word.
fucking cold,
And
bro.
if that's not worse, you guys know I have that stupid heating issue in my house where all of the heat that comes in the house just
goes
pulls
up.
up in my room,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So like what was weird is you would leave my room and even the hallway right outside where the bathroom is like no joke, not even bullshitting, like 5 to 10 degrees cooler than it is in my room.
Nice.
Like I remember my
old
dad,
room upstairs used to be like that.
yeah, my dad
Horrible.
didn't see me the whole day, and then he like came upstairs to see me, and I was in the middle of something, and as soon as he walked in, he was like, Jesus Christ, and I was like, yeah, and
It's
he's
a
like,
sauna in here.
yeah, he was like, what the fuck, and he even said it, it was like, I just walked right out and it was fine, and I was like, I don't know, it was terrible, bro.
Damn.
What? That's like the opposite of a ghost. Like when ghosts like haunt an area,
It
and the
gets
room
cold.
gets cold.
Yeah,
Things is like really.
didn't know where you were
hot.
going with
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah. There's a heat ghost in Bobby's room,
There's
bro.
a heat ghost.
There's a
That's
heat
the
ghost
problem.
going on. Yeah.
What is that? Just a sexually charged ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, yeah.
The room immediately starts getting warmer.
It's not ooze. It's ooh.
You have an ovulating Latina ghost. Great, bro.
God.
Ooh, I bet you
Great
wanted to be
vibes.
called in here.
You're just like, enough. Trying to play multiverses.
I make you sweat, Poppy.
Oh, it's horrible. Horrible character we created. This is our guest.
Oh God, this is so horrible.
Why is she fucking ovulating?
No, because you said heat. That's why I was like, relate, you know.
Oh,
She's in heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
got it. Now I get it.
Good
I
stuff.
was thinking more temperature wise.
Yeah. Double entendres type vibes.
I got you.
Yeah, before the heat wave, I went on a bit of an adventure. I was thinking about just like, you know, places in New York City I've never been to, because there's quite a few. You know, you think about it. There's some neighborhoods, for good or worse, you'll just never step foot in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about this a lot because like Joey, when he has like relatives in or cousins in, he like shows them places. They go do things in the city. Some things are really cool. Other things are like, right?
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty, kind of ass, right? It's a rusted statue. Like, I don't care.
Real quick, can you name any New York City landmark?
Ellis Island.
Never been there.
Yeah. Empire State Building.
Never been there.
You never went inside the
Flatiron Building.
Never been there.
Flatiron Building. I took a photo outside of that. That's nice. So I was thinking about like cool places, and I feel like
The
they
friend's
should.
apartment.
Central Perk.
Because that's the thing. There's landmarks where it's like it's the outdoor area. Like in the Upper West Side, there's a place that's Will and Grace's apartment, but it's not their apartment. It's just the building that they cut to in the building.
The exterior.
Yeah, it's the shot.
It's like Drake and Josh's house.
It's
but
the
just
shot
some
that
house in California.
goes over. You know.
Exactly.
But I feel like when we were younger, there should have been like a class or something that should have been like, hey, these are the cool spots, and these are like the really lame fucking spots.
That's
you
what
know?
makes you cool.
Is that you
grow up,
find the
you
spots.
figure them out.
Yeah. So I went to a place last week right before the heat wave. I went to the Met Cloisters in Upper Manhattan.
That's the art place.
Yeah, I didn't know that fucking existed. Like, I feel like that just like uprooted out of the ground at some point. But it's at a park called Fort Tyrone Park in Upper Manhattan, like 200th Street. And you just like enter the park, you make a left turn, and this is the giant fucking castle. And you walk in, and there's a museum in the castle. And I didn't even know it was there this entire time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I enter in, and I didn't know this going in, but the entire place is Jesus Christ themed. There is not a single art piece in the museum that has nothing to do with the Bible or Jesus.
Okay.
And that I did not know that going in.
Yeah.
And that's fucking cool. Because like a lot of the shit is like really, really, really old.
Yeah.
So it's less of a art museum and more of like a history museum.
Yeah.
if you
Also,
really think about it.
Catholicism is one of those universal things where people from a lot of different time periods and
Most of it
cultures
was
can
European,
kind of,
but like towards the end, I'm like, damn, if they did this, you know, the Latinos are like big into that. So it's like that, like
what I'm
just
saying
builds.
is that's a specific theme or focus that you can really see over the course of time. because
Exactly.
it
And
doesn't
as you
go
walk through the
anywhere.
museum, you start with like really, really old stuff, like busts that it's like everything's broken off except for the face. And then as you go on, it gets like newer and newer. And I really liked it because it's like the building is mad fucking old. So like you'll be walking and you'll see just archway, and there'll be like a plaque for the archway because it's like that.
Oh yeah, because that
that's like
itself
from the
is,
1400s, and they just like added it to make it work. But with that is that I realized that I also joke about everything. And so I was afraid that maybe someone would hear a joke that I have about the Lord and they wouldn't like it, you know, because I was joking about like everything. Like I can't think of anything now, but like it was almost like you know, it got crazier and crazier as you went along. Like I remember there's one time where it's like super like old. So you like turn like a 360 and you enter a room and it's like 30-foot ceilings, and at the end is just a paper mache Jesus crumbling like on a cross, and I'm like, this is fucking horrifying, bro. Like imagine this place at night and you walk in, you have a flashlight, you just look up
like this crumpled Jesus.
Yeah.
Bro, there's something about Dylan saying that about like making a joke at an art place. It's super resonated with me because literally like before you guys came, I was on Twitter. And I was going through like the Apex player Twitters, and I went onto Lulu's, you know, Lulu, the chick who plays it. And she had a video that she posted recently of her in Italy, like looking at the statue of David.
Yeah.
And she like zoomed in on it. But in my head, I really thought she was going to zoom in on the penis.
Yeah, the penis, yeah.
But she didn't, you know, it was like obviously like her.
I would have zoomed in on the fucking penis.
She's like, and even in my head, I did like a little tingling noise. I was like, man, I'm a fucking child, bro.
Yeah, no, that's fucking funny. But like, I just imagine like me actually making like a distasteful joke, and then I have like an angry German tourist, like, oh man, like he's fucking angry at me,
You
dude.
completely ruined their New York experience.
Yeah, they're like,
Like you say something really loud in the quiet.
Aunt,
part
we
of the
went to
museum.
New York and
Yeah.
that sarcastic person. It was horrible. We'll never go again.
that's fucking amazing. But no, it was great, and like it almost did get the jokes almost made itself, because a large part of the museum are like old things that they kind of just drew Jesus onto.
Okay.
So it'd be like, oh, it's an urn, but the urn has the 3 wise men carved into it, you know? And it's like,
Yeah.
as it goes on, it gets like more and more crazy. It's almost like when
it's a piece of toast.
it's almost the toast, and you can see the Virgin Mary in the
Yeah.
toast. It's almost so similar to that. Like there was one where it was like a beaker, and it's just like the Virgin Mary's head at the top of the beaker, and I'm like, that's horrifying. What the fuck?
Some of those are stretches. I don't know.
Yeah, oh, all of them were stretches. I was like, damn,
creepy.
did we really have to put this on everything,
What the
bro?
fuck
We
led
had to
you
let
there,
people know, like, oh, I believe in this. So
Yeah.
Did you-
I specifically use the
I mean, I wanted to go to the park itself.
Did
is
you
like fucking-
score a group on?
No, but like, well, it's free. Well, it's like it's
what museum?
it's the Met Cloisters.
Oh, I know that
Yeah,
place.
yeah. So it's the Met. So it's like
Again, I've never been
it's
to any New York landmark.
It's what's if you're in New York, it's just a donation. So it's like
It's
dollar
paid by
minimum.
donation,
Yeah,
so
so it's
you
like
can just
dollar minimum.
go in.
Yeah. So like I just paid a couple of bucks, and like that park itself is fucking beautiful. Like there's flowers everywhere and shit. It's like very hilly.
Yeah.
Like there's one part because it's that area is the highest elevation of New York, or like Manhattan Island. So like the park will just have like 5 or 6 layers of paths that like cross and intersect. Pretty cool.
I've been to a museum.
Yeah?
I went to the Museum of Sex
Oh nah,
for the last.
that ain't it.
Like, it was the recent. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm not gonna talk about it a lot. I'm done talking about museums. But from 19,
We're not museumed out, are we?
I don't know.
I have nothing to offer in terms of museums. I've been home or playing pool this
Yeah.
past week.
So there was a section in the museum that it shows like all of how sex sells in advertisements, and they showed like videos from 1950 to 2010 on how like sexually suggestive commercials have been. And it starts off as like the first commercial that just had a woman in her bra was in like the 50s, and that like people flipped the fuck out.
That's what started it all.
And there was like in the 60s or 70s, there was a Super Bowl commercial for pantyhose, and it went up the woman's leg, and it goes up, and as it goes higher, it's revealed one of the quarterbacks that were playing that Super Bowl. And that also caused outrage. So many men were like angrily calling, like,
We're like, hey, I started to jerk off to that.
That's what it was. That's what exactly what the angry
Yeah,
meant. That's
exactly.
exactly what it
I
was.
was about to finish. You made me gay. I think I did finish.
Go Packers!
I'm confused about it.
Let's go back.
so like confused and angry about
Yeah.
it. And the recent one, 2010s, was the Mr. Clean commercial where he was like shaking and scrubbing.
Oh, I remember that.
And he's
one.
like
He was,
squeezing
dancing
fluids, and the
around.
woman's getting hot and bothered
Yeah.
by it. Then they also showed music. There was a section of music, and it was like 1950s, and it was like guys just talking about like getting lucky with women. And then the 60s was more loose and opener clothing.
And then WAP by Cardi
And
B.
no, 2010 it showed WAP and like
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion videos of like just like twerking and like
My
talking about the
pussy,
pussy.
my pussy,
Yeah.
my pussy.
like
Yeah.
And
Back
I was
in the
like,
day,
wow, what
yeah.
a jump! Like
Jokes
literally
aside,
just-
Megan and Cardi both have at least 3 songs in the jam. So just
Oh yeah, for sure.
respect
No,
where
we
respect
like
is
them.
deserved.
Mhm.
I'm a fan of and I'm F-R-E. That's Glozilla. That's a little different. I don't know why
that
I'm
is-
into that whole fucking like I don't need no man.
Yeah,
women
Bobby-
rap.
Bobby
man,
Bobby is sassy on the inside and
I
out.
am,
Yeah.
yo. At 2:00 in the morning, that shit is bro. Some Megan Thee Stallion.
But yeah, after that, there was like a little section called Super Fun Land, which is just like a bunch of arcade games. They're all free for it comes with the ticket, and they have like a room that's full of like a bounce house, but it's
The
all
titties?
boobs. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all tits
That's
and
the
boobs.
bouncy
Are
castle.
they sweaty tits?
Yeah.
Like the bird, like
Yeah.
We
like-
went on the hot
like
day.
the
We
South
went on the
American
Heatwave.
sweaty tit. Yeah.
And like a bunch of other games, but there was a game that it was like it was like a bathroom stall with like glory holes, and it was like whack-a-mole, but you had to pull the dicks.
I love that.
That reminds me. I'm sorry.
What does it remind you of,
No,
Bob?
yeah,
Jeez.
I'm
remind you.
getting there. Fucking
No.
5 years ago when Jose and I went to Florida that one time,
Yes.
we went to go eat at a Burger King. And Jose went to use the bathroom, and Jose came back, and he was like, I swear to God, there are glory holes in that bathroom stall. And, like, I always remember that. And that was something mad funny. And then, like, a couple weeks ago when we were driving in Florida. I just peeked my head up and saw it, and I blurted out, "Oh, that's the Burger King with the glory holes." And my dad just started crying, laughing. He's like, "The fuck are you talking about?"
He looks at you like, "How do you know
Yeah,
that?"
exactly.
That's fucking hysterical,
And then he'd
bro.
be like, "No, Jose." And then he was like, "What is Jose?"
That's great. He does know.
How do you know this?
Jose.
No, yes, I'm sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, he's using it in the other way. He's inside.
Was that it?
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, because when you were mentioning the thing about...
the glory holes.
You get me in a whole fucking thing here, man. No,
Getting you in the glory hole?
I was going to say, when you were saying, like, the museum in the park, I was reading recently about, like, sound stages in New York, because Netflix just opened a couple of sound stages in a production facility in Bushwick, like walking distance from my grandma's house. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. So just out of curiosity, I was looking up like other ones that might be coming soon. And apparently Robert De Niro is working on one that should be coming out, I think, next year or 2024 in Steinway. That's going to be like the world's first vertical sound stage. So the building just looks like this big fucking cube. But the idea is like,
that each level?
Like, each level is like a sound stage.
Awesome.
It's kind of nuts.
That's nuts.
And the whole outside is going to be like an actual like public terrace that's open.
And
to
then
people to walk
even
and
then, like the
stuff.
way it's designed, you just have freight elevators all around, so you can just bring everything up and down.
So the goal is to get
so
this
cool.
shit as popping as possible, so that in 2024,
we
Joystick
can
film a
We can
production
like have
and,
our own.
I'll move the sign. I can move the Steinway. I'm cool with
just
that.
rent a
I'm
little,
down.
rent a little area.
Yeah, little corner. Hey, this is our show. We get Robert De Niro.
I'm mad. I had something to say before that, and then I got into the stupid soundstage thing.
That's what I thought you were segueing to.
Well, no,
Let's go back. We
that
were
was
talking
part of
about
the-
glory holes and museums.
We were
I
not.
oddly
that's-
think it had something to do with the glory hole.
Oh my God, Bobby! That's
It
horrible.
might have. It might have.
Does that have
I
to do
don't
with
think
Burger King?
I don't think I've ever seen.
Did it have to
I don't
do
think
with
I've ever
Burger
seen a
King?
real glory hole. Have
No?
you, Dylan?
What?
You never seen a hole in a wall?
I've seen holes in walls, but like, oh,
Joey,
shit.
So that's
Joey,
it.
Joey,
You've seen a glory
all
hole.
of those are glory holes.
All of those.
Oh, yeah.
Why would there be a
All-
hole in a wall?
All of those
If
are.
there's a hole in a
all-
wall and there's no knob, that's a fucking
Yeah.
pee-pee.
It's
That's
peeping. It's peeping or pee. You know.
Pretty much.
one or the
Sometimes
other.
both.
Yeah. Yeah. Porque no los dos.
But you didn't know that we were covering that
Yeah.
topic this week.
That's it. We're actually next week. We're gonna have a whole 30-minute documentary about the history of glory holes.
There might be a documentary. I don't know if there's going to be a
It
fucking
might be.
HBO presents. It's just a hole.
Fuck, I can't believe I completely lost it. It was great.
Is it your
was-
shirt that says Grandpa?
No, but it's a good shirt, right?
It is a pretty fire shirt.
Yeah.
I told Bob, I said it'd be funny if he like went to Disney with that and have people look at him like, Grandpa, like you're the grandpa.
No, you want to hear something else that was kind of funny about this? So when I bought this shirt, my dad was in urgent care because I said
Yes,
last week
the,
he had
like,
a staph infection because he got bit. So while he was there for like 30, 45 minutes. We had to kill time. So we went to pizzeria. We got the garlic knots. That's when I went to that store from last week where I got the free sample from the weed lady. But then right next to it was a gift shop. So that's where I got this shirt. And we walked in and I got a couple other things. But I bought this shirt, and then me and my mom had this whole like 10-minute conversation about my father's like perceptive skill. And I was telling her, I was like, do you think if I changed into this shirt, he would notice? And my mom was like, I would bet you money he does not notice.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, let's find out. Let's see. So keep in mind, when the day started, I was wearing a baby powder blue shirt, like white blue, right? T-shirt. So I took it off, and now I have this on. Not only is it bright red, it says Grandpa on it.
Yes.
Gets in the car, nothing. Gets out of the car, nothing. The whole time my mom and I are shooting each other looks. My mom is like, see? And I'm like, what the fuck? So then we even sit down. We go to Uno's, and our server comes over who's
I want
gay.
Uno's right now.
He comes and he does this whole banter thing with me. And he's like, you're not a grandpa, I can bet. And I'm like, no, da, da, da. And he's like, I was about to say I'm gonna go see your doctor or whatever. My dad is just looking at the menu. Chowder.
my dad-
What's the soup of the day? You know what I
my
mean?
dad, he's fucking looking
So then
at some
finally,
deep
like,
dish.
he puts the menu, and I'm looking at my dad. He's right across from me, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and he's even looking at me with that face, like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" type of thing. And I'm like, "Do you not notice it?" And then my mom starts laughing, and he looks down. But what pissed me off is instead of getting a good reaction, my dad tried to pull that. No, I was gonna ask you about it. I was gonna bring it up. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" You
Yeah,
didn't see
fucking
it."
notice, bro.
So now I have a goal and a potential video idea where for a full day's length, I'm just gonna bring like 7 different T-shirts with
And
me.
just every time.
And periodically
hats.
change them, you know.
T-shirts
Not
and
hats.
hats.
What keeps happening to your fucking shirt?
Yeah, right, just keep it chill and see when he notices it. Because I'm fairly
He won't.
certain I could get through like 2 changes. At least 2. At least.
Like full costume changes?
Shirts. Just
Okay,
and not
so
even like
then, yeah.
graphics. I'm just going to go
I
from
would
white
argue-
to
I would
green
argue
to
maybe
yellow
3.
to red to blue. You
I
know
would
what I'm
argue
saying?
you could get to 3.
I think I could get to 3.
I mean, this is like, honestly, has potential for our most viewed video, sadly. It's like a prank video.
Oh
This
my
might
God, it's not even a prank.
Every
It's like-
every time you're walking down the fucking stairs like this, you're like,
Father,
hello.
you know where the soup is.
I think I'm gonna go get it.
Oh my God.
That's possible.
When we go on our first ever like amusement park trip, can we all wear shirts? But like, I'll like have like mom, and he'll have baby.
I'll have match.
You have
I'll do a
grandpa.
gimmick.
I
will
bought this one and I was mad at him by grandma. I realized that was the better purchase.
Grandma would have been the better purchase.
I was actually really upset about
It
it.
would have actually been a way better purchase.
Damn.
Or like one that's mad specific, like, oh, second cousin.
Second cousin, stranger.
Yeah.
Like stranger.
Oh man.
Good
I
stuff.
would do it. I would do it just to mess with them.
Yeah, I might want to find, even though the shirts are kind of more expensive. I'm going down Jersey Shore this weekend. I kind of want to buy some shitty shirts.
Clearance rack, baby.
Yeah, but I gotta find it because I was looking and I was like, they're not gonna promote the shit.
Well, no, the shit like that
Look at
has
this
like
shit.
Yeah,
places like Atlantic City and Orlando. They have like fucking beach
There's
shops
a lot of
every other
thrift
fucking
shops too.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
cousins, when they were here, all they wanted to do was thrift.
Oh,
And I was
I
like,
mean that's a Manhattan thing. Yeah, thrifting's mad fun.
Doing my mid podcast camera check. You know?
Yeah.
You ever seen?
We good? We good?
We're
Yeah,
good. We're good.
yeah.
We're good, you know? We gotta check those things because we don't have a producer.
Gotta point those Bob here.
I'm sitting here right now. I'm a co-host.
You're the
Whenever I leave the chair to go look behind the camera,
CEO
Right.
/ co-host /
Slaps you.
producer / everything
yeah,
/
for
editor.
sure. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say, my thoughts are everywhere now, man. I just literally
I have
had
something
it.
to say.
Well, I was gonna, cause I know you have a thing, but what I was gonna say, I was gonna mention that Smiling Friends just came out with episode 9, is it right, of their acclaimed series, and we watched it upstairs. And granted, I do want to talk about it, and we'll get into that. I want to, you know what? Let's just get into it now, and then you'll see where I'm going.
Yeah.
With this.
All right.
So, what did you guys think of Smiling Friends episode 9?
it bothered me.
Yeah, it's an infuriating time to watch anything.
Just to preface it real quick, Smiling Friends, which is usually an animated, comedy series on Adult Swim made by Zach, what's his name? Hadel? It's
I
like
think
Psychic
so.
Pebbles, and I forget the other guy's name, but he's the creator of like the, what are those videos called? The dang, what are they called? Fuck Stacy.
Yeah, one guy made that.
Yeah.
Psychic Pebbles made a bunch.
And
of
then
like,
they co-created
only
this
plays.
series, but they made 8 episodes for season 1, and it's in high demand for season 2 because like the fans really loved it, and even Adult Swim, like I think it gave it a season 2.
Yeah,
But
it's
they
already
announced that they were doing like a special episode, which is episode 9, and it's called Smiling Friends Go to Brazil. And it came out, and when you watch it, it's just a 10-minute episode of them standing in the airport, and that's literally
It's a whole like fiasco of them like trying to figure out what the fuck to do in an airport. and
exactly.
It's,
It's
so
just like
stupid.
it's like a slice of life kind of like group of friends talking about travel shit, but in a weird way, it also makes it hilarious because like it's almost surreal that you're like,
yeah.
why is this?
It's probably one of the most meta things you can pull.
Yeah.
For sure, and that's why I like it. Like as you know, someone who likes Nathan For You and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I just get off to the meta stuff, especially when I'm feeling a certain type of way. But the way they just basically troll your audience. That's what you're doing.
That's what it felt
You're
like.
playing with your audience.
And
You're
you can
going
tell
like
that they're like they're getting such a kick out of it. Like they love what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're
they-
watching the view count, like they're however they have it, and they're watching it rise, and they're cracking up.
Yeah.
right
Like,
now.
damn, bro, we fucking got them.
But what that made me think of, and what I was getting to earlier, is I was like, what other Adult Swim shows would you want to see come back, or would you want to see get like another episode? Because I was thinking about it, and I was like, shit, I feel like there's so much potential.
I mean, a 2022 Robot Chicken.
But it's still going.
I know,
still
but
going.
but more. I feel like it's not exactly the same as it was.
Are you trying to say like a Robot Chicken with like the humor from like 2013?
Yeah. You really you like, even if it hasn't aged well, you still bring it back. You know what I mean?
Because
Yeah.
you can make the same claim for something like Family Guy.
I'd say Boondocks. I would love
Boondocks
to
is
see
good.
it come
Mhm.
back.
I'd like to see another Aqua Teen.
Aqua Teen. I haven't watched enough Aqua Teen. I think I've only seen like 5 episodes.
I
I
really-
liked them all.
I really want Space Ghost back.
Yeah, anything old Adult Swim, because even shows like home movies and stuff like that I liked back in the day.
Harvey
which was
Birdman.
Yeah, Harvey Birdman would be.
I
good.
want to get into home movies. Did you know that one of the newer cartoons on Cartoon Network had the character from home movies as he was an adult? It was the boy.
Oh, nice.
And he was the adult. He worked at a movie shop.
Oh, that's a cool little. That's a little Easter egg. I like that.
Cool. What show is it?
Clarence. It got canceled.
Like the chubby kid, right?
Yeah, it got canceled because the creator was like touching everyone.
Got it.
Oh, cool.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout outs to Clarence.
Clarence is a sweetheart. The guy.
No, yeah, I remember that. It's like he's like a super like he's like a boy.
It's a slice of life
yeah.
boy story.
I remember
and it's
that.
like, wow, I've done that as a kid. It was funny.
Fucking nah, man. There's nothing like Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That show was perfect.
Just the way it was like just produced was fucking incredible, man.
Like I really wish, people that are like, you ever see the memes where it's like what girls would do with a time machine, what boys would do with a time machine. Like if I had a time machine, it would be to go back to the exact moment in the meeting wherever that guy pitched that fucking show, because they were like, all right, we're gonna give Space Ghost a talk show. Yes, Space Ghost,
late night talk
the
show.
Hanna-Barbera cartoon character from the 70s and 80s. He's gonna get a late night talk show. Okay, cool. Who's he gonna select? Who's he gonna interview? He's gonna interview celebrities,
but
they're not gonna be there. We're gonna interview celebrities on press tours, and then we're gonna ask them stupid questions, and then we're gonna take the footage and make it so
that
Space Ghost
is asking him the questions.
and then Space Ghost is going to ask completely different questions.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're just going to animate. No. We're going to use the same exact animations from the 70s and 80s cartoons and just copy and paste it on this fake. All right, cool. And we'll just get somebody new to voice him. Sounds good. Yeah. It is the most bugged out, surreal.
That's what makes it the
funniest.
That's why I like
show.
Harvey Birdman too, just because it's like
right. But I feel like Space Ghost was like everything, everything
it
about
was
that
Eric
was
Andre
just
before
meta.
Eric Andre.
And he even says like that was one of his biggest inspirations for making the Eric Andre show was Space Ghost Coast to Coast, because it was just such a fucking bizarre show.
Because you knew what was happening, but you had no idea where it was gonna go either. And
I used
feel
to be
like
terrified of that show as a kid because I didn't
it made
understand
me
what's gonna
uncomfortable
happen.
as a kid. I wasn't scared, but I was like,
because that was
change
Adult
channel.
Swim's vibes. Like Adult Swim's vibe was that they genuinely they were intentionally trying to creep out kids so that they wouldn't watch.
Yeah.
That's why all of their bumpers and all of their jokes, the white text on the black screen, it's all meant to feel like
you shouldn't
if
be
it's
here.
not exactly
You shouldn't be here,
restrictive
little
or
boy.
or if you want to say like creepy, right?
Spooky.
But mainly restrictive.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the whole gist. So then when you get older and you watch shows like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, like Boondocks, like fucking Space Ghost Coast to Coast, you're like, I get it now.
You
This
do
is fucking-
not only for the jokes, but the surrealism. It's like I'm not gonna get
that
this
is so
or
dope
see
to
it.
me.
Yeah.
Like I love those moments where you're just like getting scared a little bit. I love horror. I love things that are spooky. And the fact that they were like, we're gonna incorporate this and it's gonna scare the little kids. I just ended up growing up liking it. Like I was like, that was fun. I'm gonna go back on it again.
For sure. I mean, it's funny because like it was something that creeped me out as a kid, but now it's like not only it's a style that I love, it's even a style that it's kind of leaked into my own graphic.
You want to
style,
embrace,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Word. It's so cool.
And just to have that cohesiveness of like a whole channel to kind of have that same type of vibe.
The vibe,
like they don't accept the show
unless it fits that.
Like even
criteria.
times I remember during bumpers they even say like I remember there was like one where it was like 6 shows and they all got canceled.
Yeah, they cancel things like if
and
it doesn't vibe, they cancel it.
And even then they say in the bumper why it gets canceled, and that's super like forthcoming just to be like, oh, this shit was too expensive, we didn't do it.
Exactly.
It's like, oh damn, nice. But almost everything, and even if it doesn't fit the vibe, they'll cancel it and be like, oh,
this
isn't
show
it.
got canceled, right? Moral Oral, because it was like too sad or something like that.
Yeah, I love Moral Oral. It was like a very early 2000s claymation.
That was the one where he's like a church kid, right?
Yeah, it takes in a suburban church, but the I think it tastefully mocks like religion, because there are shows that'll be like the priest's a rapist and this is that. It's not like so blatant.
It's like smarter with it.
It's very smart, and in fact, it doesn't blatantly make fun. It just is. It's things taken out of context, and I think that's where the fun is that the oral is being taught what is being taught. He takes it out of context, but it's not in the sense of like we're mocking the actual religion. It's almost like you can laugh at the boy taking it out of context. And I don't know, I loved it, but it turned into like a drama. Shit happened is you notice the father is he's an alcoholic and the mother is having an affair, and like all these things are happening, and
it's like
it gets really
and even then I like you say, it's like not only does that make that deep, but I kind of like that because it's kind of like you're seeing the especially with the name of the show, being called moral oral. It's like this is the most immoral stuff happening in front of him. He
Immoral,
he has to deal with it. He has to face it.
This poor kid has to deal with it, and it's not like, oh man, this poor kid that like this situation never happens. There are thousands of Americans, or maybe even millions, that have gone through what moral oral does, like just traumatic shit, traumatic childhood, and watching it go into an adult. It's crazy.
And then goofy drink bottle that talks.
Yeah,
drink
then
guy
something
that talks.
silly, and then something really silly.
Meat one.
That show's good. Okay.
I love Aqua Teen.
No,
yeah.
I was gonna say there's something
Squidbillies.
There's something
Carl?
really fucking stupid about that show that makes it very smartly written. You know what I'm saying?
It's. I mean, everyone's written to a fucking T.
Yeah, there's
like,
shows like that.
all of the characters are like. There's not a slip up one time.
I can't explain it. There's shows that are written so stupid that it's almost genius. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd even argue like SpongeBob is one of those shows.
Because it's like no one should say anything that doesn't fit. Every character should have their own type of way of talking. If they like, it shouldn't.
That says the bibber.
It's pretty good.
That is, yeah.
Are you Meatwad?
I used to be able to do a good meat one. I can't do it now.
My name is Bobby.
You know, I don't know if it's the same creators of that show. Did they make Squidbillies? Because it kind of radiates the same art style.
Maybe, I don't know. At the very least, there might have been people connected because in the early
I think
days,
the art people were connected.
Well, Squidbillies was just like really hillbilly like stories, but they were squids for some reason. So they would like move around weirdly on the screen.
Before we transition off of the Adult Swim topic, I got a trivia question for you. Space Ghost Coast to Coast sought out 4 spin-offs. Can you name them?
Harvey Birdman.
That was one of them.
Yes. What's his name? Got his own. What's his name? This guy.
Brack.
Yeah, Brack got his own show.
The Brack Show.
Brack Show.
Oh, I know this. I
don't know the other one.
One of them is really old, and one of them is popular, and we've been talking about it.
Oh, Aqua Teen?
Yeah.
Yes. There's
linked.
Yeah. It's linked lore, yeah.
There's an episode where the Aqua Teen Hunger Force characters appear on the show, and they're like written into a sketch, but they look nothing like they do in the show, and they were originally written to be like an actual like superhero team. So like, we're the Aqua Teen Hunger Force type of thing.
Oh,
and they got like an actual
wow.
show.
That's funny. That's really.
And the
the
fourth
fourth?
one is C-Lab. Not everybody forgets C-Lab, but that was the one where it was like it was the one in the submarine, fucking the art style is like pretty much the exact same as Harvey
I don't think I've
Birdman.
seen this.
You never seen C-Lab?
No.
Can
you pull it up? Can you pull it up?
I need to look these up.
Because I've seen all of the other ones.
I think it's C-Lab 2021 or something like that.
I've seen almost all of them. I have not seen C-Lab.
You know what's crazy talking about these shows? It's the old style Hanna-Barbera, and we're kind of connected to that.
Oh, look at that. It was last year, 2021. Even though the show is from 2000. Yeah, this show.
Oh, I've seen. Was there
Very
a video? No, never mind. That's something else.
And let me show you what Aqua Teen looked like on Space Ghost. There should be a picture of it. Yeah. See?
I've seen this
They look
episode.
like cartoony.
They look super cartoony.
Yeah.
I actually like how he looks.
Master Shake.
That's vibey as hell.
That's kind of cool.
He's just like, yeah, bro.
Fries, no.
I definitely see that. I
Fry.
definitely see him as like a stoner image, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I was
just
gonna say that's like a good stoner tattoo.
Yeah, just like that. He's holding it. The smoke's
That is
coming
a
out
good
of his
tattoo.
straw. Hire me, bro.
Real quick, how about this Pete Davidson shit?
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, and then we were like, "Shut up! This is probably some
Low-key
good
what
shit."
I wanted to cap it off with.
Yeah, shout out to that guy.
Davidson, man, what a journey he went on. He started like dating Kim, and then Kanye was like, "Oh, fuck you," and it just like never stopped, right?
No,
It never
bought
stopped.
a house across the street from them.
Yeah, that's absolutely, I mean, I know you don't expect that, but that's like completely like,
So like,
oh shit behavior.
real quick, there's I think the newest headline is the fact that Pete is in some sort of like trauma therapy or recovery, mainly due to the whole spiel, not because he dated Kim K, but because of the whole like abuse and stuff that Kanye and his
Yeah, there's a
kinda
lot.
did.
There's a lot than more just the relationship.
And I think it's easy to see that and be like, oh, bitch, or like, right, or oh, pussy. But you also have to kind of keep in mind that Pete has had a crazy fucking life and also is very open about like all of his mental health struggles and things like that. So because of that, I kind of lean more so on Pete's side because you have to keep in mind, like, Pete is not really a fucking confrontational guy, right?
No, he's pretty chill.
He doesn't really go out of his way to start problems. If anything, he tries to stop them from happening in the first place. Like, you even watch his comedy, and if he talks bad about something, it's typically like years after it's happened, and he can kind of get the last laugh, if you will.
Yeah, but he doesn't talk active shit.
Exactly. So I just think it's kind of fucked up that it's happening to him low key. But in another way, I just want to see my boy be happy. You know what I'm saying?
He got out of this. He's getting out of the situation.
Yeah.
And I think I like that.
He tattooed Kim and her kids' names
The
on
kids,
himself.
yeah. It was like the first letters of their names.
Yeah,
like
but
on his
like,
neck or something.
why?
They were close.
That's crazy.
And that's like another thing. He's been open. Like he did a podcast. I forget which one it was, or a radio show. But he was like, you can make fun of me if you want, but like I'm not like most guys. Like I'm really looking for like my princess charming. That's how he put it. Like he's like, I'm looking for the one. So he's like, I don't typically like to start relationships unless I actually feel like she could be.
He radiates like very innocent young girl vibes.
Because he kind of not
like
young
in
girl,
romantically,
but,
not
yeah.
like aesthetically.
But he said that. Yeah, he said he's like, I'm very like traditional girly in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's why I feel bad for him, because he probably, and I'm sure Kim felt the same way too, but it was just like, you know, they live very different lives. And it's kind of funny because they're both super famous. It's just Kim is literally Kim fucking Kardashian.
Yeah, and he's Pete Davidson.
Exactly.
That's crazy. We got to see that on camera, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's crazy.
But it's funny because like even though like the central focus of their relationship should be their relationship,
Yeah.
it was Kanye. It was everything that he did in the fucking middle
Yeah,
of it.
because it's like, it's not even like a thing where it's like, oh, the tabloids made it crazy. It was like, no, he literally made
the tabloids
people.
were just saying exactly what he was doing.
just
Not
like,
what he
oh.
was. It was what he was posting, what he had made, the jokes he did. It was like this was carefully constructed. Like you know what I mean? It wasn't just him trying to be like, oh, like no, he fucking.
No, yeah, no. It's,
and what's
it's
crazy is
slander,
that there are
for sure.
people like when Kanye posted that like pretend post like Skeet Davidson dead. Like people were like, yeah, yo, Kanye. Like I'm like, this guy literally has like a Joker following.
Kanye has
like
influence. Are you kidding me? He's right up there with Kim,
Yeah.
like in the exact same.
I mean,
way.
like that guy produced for everybody and then became a Grammy award-winning artist.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's
That's
big.
why everybody like I would have conversations with people, specifically people who are kind of outside of the music world or outside of like, you know, the inner working, like, you know what I mean, like people who just kind of listen to radio.
Yeah,
music
yeah,
and
they
shit
don't
like
really
that.
understand it.
And
Yeah.
they're very quick to say like, I don't get how people could like this Kanye guy. He's such a jerk, and it's like, yeah, he's a jerk that has Grammy wins, and he's like,
Yeah.
he's literally a fucking music genius.
People
and
have
I'm
been
never gonna take that away.
no
from
word.
him.
Like
And you have his fan base that has listened to him since 2003 and maybe even before when he was like just like a background producer.
word.
Like they've been listening to him for the longest time. Of course, he has that loyalty.
I think musically, I think he does have a gift in that sense. But I think like Kanye West, in my eyes, is almost like Hollywood's crazy person. That it's almost like Hollywood sees it as like, oh, this is fun to like say what he's doing until it's gonna get real far.
Yeah, and that
Like-
doesn't help because, look, it's another thing to call Kanye crazy. Like what I'm trying to say here is I could jump on the joke bandwagon and I could say like, oh, Kanye's a crazy person, but I do genuinely think that there's something off up there.
He
Like,
takes meds, yes.
Yeah, like
he
he
takes meds for bipolar disorder.
No, exactly. Like,
It's like
that's what I
actually,
No, but I think it
he
needs
actually
to be more
does.
than just
But-
him
but-
taking meds in his like $1 million.
No, but that's not what I'm
but he
saying.
doesn't take them, and then that's
not
the rumor.
What I'm trying to say is, first off, like I said, he
Yeah.
definitely has mental issues.
Yeah.
The exact same thing that Pete has, right?
Yeah.
So in that sense, I do feel for the guy. It's just how they both handle it. Secondly, what's scary about that is here's somebody who's dealing with that, and not only somebody that you're giving the power to, but you're telling like, yeah, go,
Keep doing
right?
it.
And they're just kind of gonna take it and be like, yeah, of course, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like that's a recipe for fucking disaster. Whatever Joe is thinking is horrible.
It's
right
like it's like when you tell your dad his joke is
No,
funny.
like-
You'll never get that back.
Finish
You
it.
can't let your dad know a joke's funny. That's
Exactly.
it.
You're
yeah,
right.
you
That's
can't-
actually a
it's
very
over.
good example.
Is it?
You fucking laugh at the red and goes ding dong joke.
Yeah,
and you're gonna
that's
hear
it.
that for 20
You're hearing
years.
that.
I promise
You're hearing that
you.
at every family gathering. He's this new person. Your dad's sitting there like this, bro. He's like, yo,
Exactly.
I got a hot fire dad joke coming.
Now
How
imagine
did
you
the
did
other-
that to a person with millions of dollars and could.
And they were actually doing traumatic things to other people in a
Yeah, like,
relationship.
no one's stopping him. The reason I was laughing, Bob, is because exactly what you were saying is like the description for like Batman and Joker. And I'm just imagining like Pete Davidson as Batman, Kanye as Joker, Kim K as Catwoman. And like,
I can see it.
And I'm like,
But can-
exactly what you're saying. Like
But
one,
can Kanye's Joker still rap?
like Like you were saying, they
I
both
told
have like the same
Batman
amount
he
of
could hold the
problems.
same thing.
They
No,
both got the same amount of problems, but they both handle
literally,
it
power
differently.
is about the mayor or some shit, bro. The mayor of Gotham.
Bro, I think I
How
cracked
can a
it,
man
dude.
have all that power?
My friends, I think I cracked it. Kanye is Joker and Pete
Kanye's
David's
Joker.
Batman.
Yeah. Somebody get on that, please.
Can
Somebody get on
Robin be John Mulaney? I love this shit, bro. This is gonna be great. Comes in.
Oh my
Whoa.
god, please.
I'm here to help out.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit. That's so good. I need
Yeah.
to practice my Mulaney impression.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I love Mulaney. Mulaney's good. His special, I can't wait for it to come out. It was really good.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Yeah.
you were at the taping
Mhm.
for that.
Yeah, they fucking locked your phones. Everyone's like, guys, chill. Like, you're not gonna have a family emergency. And even now, it doesn't matter. You're laughing.
Exactly.
like, come on.
They're secretive about that stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's super important.
How dare you record his joke a few months in advance about rehab?
Yeah, I think we got everything out. I think
That
we
was
juiced
everything
it.
we spoke about.
Right? Did we forget anything? All right, we got the pool out. We got the fucking Adult Swim. We got. Kim
Speaking of
K.
pool, when are we going in your pool?
Yo, I want to have a party soon.
I wanna
yeah.
be in your pool. Who's
I mean,
invited
that's
to
not-
that?
That's
Everybody.
not really a podcast thing, but
Can I
It's not
invite?
going to be a podcast thing, but if you want to have an episode filmed by a pool, we gotta. It's gonna be open. We're gonna have it probably open till September, just because we open.
You need it,
so
yeah.
late.
In September, it's gonna be hot, like
And it's
global
still
warming.
hot in September.
I think it's just funny because like your pool is raised, so it's gonna be like us in front of your pool. You can't even see the water. It's just like we're in front of it.
It's
There's,
gonna look
a
like
tall
we're on a
pool.
fence.
No, it's just our necks, bro.
Oh, I like that. Like, we put a table high up and we're just all on the edge of the pool, fucking talking into the mics.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I like that
Poolside.
a lot. Pool in a
But
pool.
yes, I'm also hyped for this party. We gotta make it happen. It's gonna be
Def,
good.
I want
Jungle,
Jungle
Joey,
juice.
we're making some. We're all bringing alcohol. We're all
Did
pouring
you
it
see
in.
what I posted? We're
Is
making
that
that
really
shit.
what you want to do?
No.
What the hell is that?
I want to do some variation.
We
of
want to
it.
make a smaller,
Yeah.
more reserved version of that.
Well, you know what
yes.
jungle juice
Okay.
is?
You just take all the liquor and pour
And
it.
you
but
pour it in with mixers and stuff like that. But
You
that's
make
for
it
it
like.
tastes good.
Well,
Well,
you
no,
make
that's the thing.
you
like,
pick a certain flavor, so
First,
it's
okay.
all that flavor.
First of all, you have to keep in mind that a lot of people who do this are like high school, college kids. Secondly, these are for like parties with like upwards of 30 fucking people. So like they do this shit in like giant tubs, bathtubs, sometimes crazy shit like that.
Mhm.
We're talking like a small little jug with like nice flavors because we're not fucking.
We're thinking the
children.
Gatorade thing at
We're
the
taking
CYO
the
basketball game.
chocolate, and then we're taking the
No.
the lime
Just
and the cinnamon flavor all in
No,
one bottle.
no. We're going
maybe
sweet.
some,
We're going
some rum, some fruit in
Yeah,
there.
I'm thinking we all just bring a bottle
little
of
Kool-Aid or something, you know.
Yeah, just
Put some color in there.
Cool.
the powder. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
But anyway, it is time for the music recommendations of the week.
Yeah,
Yay.
what are those called again? I forget.
Those are called the
That-
music recommendations of the week.
yeah.
Yeah.
The MROM. What? MROW
ROM.
of the meek.
Morale.
No, it's Jam Yam of the week. You already know.
Hell yeah, brother.
Dylan told me to listen to more music last week, and I listened to him, and I listened to more music.
Oh
So
damn.
Jam of the week is most likely gonna go to an older song because I kind of went through that whole phase of like listening to older music.
Ooh, old
I just-
school.
What song did I play?
Ooh,
Oh, I was
cool.
going through an ABBA phase, so I was listening to a lot of like Dancing Queen, and then I just had that on shuffle, and I went into like Bee Gees and,
Oh wow.
and a lot
Okay.
of stuff like that.
That's
and,
interesting.
And then last night, me and my dad started watching The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan doc. So I'm listening to a lot of '90s hip hop. That being
Lovely.
said, the jam is going to be neither of those things. It's going to be "It's Raining Men" by the Weather Girls.
Nice. I heard you playing this the other day.
I don't give a shit what you say. That song's hype. That song
It's
is
a good
really
song, yeah.
good. Yeah. I have yeah.
I'm
It makes me question my sexuality. I'll say that
hallelujah.
because I sing loud and proud of that fucking song.
I mean, it goes with the.
It's a raining man.
It definitely.
Oh look, that's ABBA. That's Voulez-Vous.
It definitely fits with like the Megan Thee Stallion thing. It's like you're just
Yeah,
you're,
kind of right.
You're just
it was back when it was like tasteful.
yeah. You're just you're just
Man, maybe I'm just like really into like prideful women anthems. I think that's just my
that's your thing. That's your
That's
vibe.
might be my
yeah.
thing. I don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
I'm a Batgirl's my fucking shit. You kidding me?
Yeah. I'm gonna pick the opposite of that, and that is a song that came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Is it just called "I'm a Man" by the Men?
I'm a man.
It's called "I've Fallen Onto the Ground. I'm a Puddle of Men."
Is it really?
No, it's not. Okay, my song is "I've Heard That Song Before" by Quinn.
I like that name.
Yeah, so this is a hyper pop artist who now makes like lo-fi music. It's a pretty
It's not
interesting
that far
switch.
off, I guess.
No, it's not. It's you can
What
tell.
is it? Just chill hyperpop.
Yeah. It's like they slowed the hyperpop down and added a bunch of like guitars and synthesizers. Essentially, it's like imagine like if like Mac DeMarco was like heard hyperpop and was like,
I could try something like that.
Yeah. His name used to be Parker.
Before?
Yeah.
I know.
That was their name, and then they asked their fan base like, what do you guys call me? And they were all like Quinn or Quinn, which is his name. And they were like, okay, I'll just that. Spotify was like the next day they changed it. But yeah, mad good song. Not only is it lo-fi, but there's also a lot of like Afro beat and like dance beats on it too. So it's like really interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dope. My slam for this week is Heart Tattoo by Joyce Manor. It's pretty dope.
Oh, you have a heart tattoo?
I do have.
Where is it?
I'll never get it removed because that's how I'll know.
Hey,
I'll know it's real.
It's fading. Right.
A real tattoo.
Are you gonna get it touched up, or are you gonna leave it like that?
I don't know. I'm contemplating it. I don't know. I think I might just leave it.
Oh, was that your first? That was your first.
This was my first. I was 19.
I remember.
Add scan lines, so it looks like a CRT.
Just like extra faded.
Yeah, it just looks shitty. That's the point, man. That's the point.
Real quick before we get on to the final YouTube mumbo jumbo of the Joystick show, I want to give a quick shout out to Joey and Jerry because they actually made their playlist just like
they did.
Me and Dylan have the jams and yams of the week volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can go right downstairs to the description. You can check out the links to the bams and the slams of the week.
Nice.
Which are, of course, are Joey and Jerry's.
Yeah, you could listen. Our music's dope. I was listening to Jerry's in the shower. I was listening to his bams.
You were listening to Jerry in the shower.
I was listening to through my glory hole.
I just meant
like
Jerry in the shower. You know, he doesn't even say anything. He's just like,
he's more talkative in the shower.
yeah. Imagine the fucking when the mist hits him, the true Jerry comes out, bro. Just this steam.
Jerry's just fucking talking about everything.
And I pondered upon that day. You know?
The water turns off.
What does Carl say in Jimmy Neutron that like has Jose laughing when he eats the book? Juliet is the son.
He gets like mad fucking Shakespeare.
Yeah. He reads the whole Shakespeare bit.
Well, thank you for watching the Joystick Show. We really appreciate it. Episode 10 dose.
That's a nice.
We'll catch you back here next week for episode 103. But until then, you can go ahead and you can like this episode like we asked at the beginning because that helps us.
You should have did it already.
A fair bit.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Team Joystick and get ready to see a lot different content. I mean, we're getting into it pretty soon actually. So. I mean, we actually have like a little list per se of videos that we're getting cracking on.
Always thinking of something new.
To give you guys a fair timeline, I actually want to start getting different content on the channel in like a week or 2 weeks. So from when you're seeing this,
it's been.
Let's go.
Yes, you're gonna see a lot more. So get ready for that. Some podcasts, some cooking, some
video
games,
gaming,
some
trivia.
Sorry, I had a cough building. But yeah, we got some fun stuff on the way. Get ready for that. Until then, I've been Bobby.
Dylan.
Joey.
That was horrible, bro.
It's not as good as mine.
You're copying.
I tried to do it too.
Copying's bad.
You're right. It's Joey. There.